Hi dearest, how are you doing? So I got a call from a relative from Texas who needed some fascinators for Harvest Sunday for her 18-year-old niece and her 3-year-old daughter. And so I put on my creative cap and this is what I came up for the 18-year-old. But before we get into how we made it, I would like to say a big thank you to all our subscribers, and for those just joining us, you are most welcome to the Ventcraft channel. We hope to say thank you in our next video because we are sure you would click that subscribe button. And everyone, please do ensure you like, comment and share this video. So it was a quick one actually, so some of the pictures might not be good because I couldn't put on Jen, it was too early in the morning, 3 a.m. and so it's not so clear, so please do bear with me. The ring light didn't still come out well. I need to get solar really. Alright, so and then I'll just be talking. I'm not going to introduce the materials because I was also recreating as I was designing, so please do bear with me and just gain the knowledge from what I did. Okay, so the first thing I did was to I already had an Alice band that I had my elastic band attached to. That you already know the reason why, so that it doesn't fall off your head. Then I cut out a piece of Maco. Now this Maco is the length of the Alice band, which is 14.5 inches. So you measure your Alice band first of all to get the length of your Maco, and then the width I made it 3 inches. So if you want yours less, you reduce it. If you want yours bigger, you increase it. So what I did was to put my Evostik glue on top of the Maco first of all, because I'm going to paste my padded, or I think some people call it interfacing the word, and I'm going to be putting it on top of it. So I said the easiest way is just put glue on top first of all, and then I would put it on top of the padded wording interfacing, and then I would cut it off to form the exact size of my Maco. Now I would be dropping the links of all the items that we used in making this Maco Fascinator in the description of this video. So if you can't get it in your local store, you would have Amazon links, AliExpress links. Also, YouTube has given us a choice to be tagging the items on the video. I would also search for that and see how I can tag to make it easy for you to get all the products if you cannot find it in your local store. After I did that, I'd already cut out the material that I wanted. The material, I think they call it shining, or is it oh baby? Can't remember. So what I did was I cut it twice the amount of the width for the Maco that I cut, which was 3 inches. So I made this 6 inches, but because it's a bit, that material is very wonderful, it didn't cut up with it, increases and reduces. So I put my glue on top of the Maco side and I'm pasting it on top. But before then, I had drawn a mark in the middle of my Maco to get the midpoint, to ensure that the flaps will be in the midpoint, you understand, kind of neat, so that I can put my Alice band in the middle. So this is me closing it all up with the glue. Alright, so I'm going to allow you to watch and see how I close it up, both edges, that's the left, the side, the front and back. Keep watching and learning. I'm sure you would want to join us in our game that we're having in the Ventcraft Academy. It's a game where you pick a number and that number gives you a prize you pay for Crinoline Masters class and other classes. Now we have 1 to 20 for Crinoline Masters class and we have 1 to 20 for every other class. Now in fact 2 people have already gotten the Crinoline Masters class for free. Some have paid just 1,000 naira for it. That's a cost that is what, 10,000 naira and $50. So you can see it's a worthwhile game, is a win-win situation. So hop in and you never can tell what else you would find in the Ventcraft Academy. To join, all you need to do is go to the description of this video. You will see the Ventcraft Academy reception link. Click on it and you are in. Oops, no, don't cover up yet with your material. You first of all want to shape your Maco that you have glued on your padded first to form that lovely curve at the edges of the Maco added with the padded that you have done. So I'm going to curve it. I'm just going to use my hand and shape it. You can actually use your biro first of all and draw the curve in the way you want, or take a circle object and put at the edge and use it to mark it like a semicircle there. Then you cut it out. After you're done, then you cover as you see me do. It's quite tricky at the edges, but you would get it. Just view it very well. I'm sure you will get it. You smart. Once that's done, you're going to take your Maco that you have padded and covered with material, and you're going to put glue first of all on your Alice band. And then remember that midpoint you made in the Maco. It's going to help you guide so that you ensure that the placement is in the middle. Also, you want to take note to try the Maco, putting it first of all on your Alice band to ensure it goes from one end of the Alice band to the other end. If it doesn't go, what you do is give a gap of that space in the two sides, because it happened to me. I wonder why, because I measured exactly the size of the Alice band, but probably due to the rush. But anyway, you'll see what I did to cover up and still make this Maco Fascinator look exquisite. Alright, so that's what you need to do. Okay, did I explain? Okay, so after you have measured, if it doesn't go around all the way, the excess, divide it into two and give the gap at the two sides so that it still lies in the middle of your Maco Fascinator. Now you know me, I'm a whatever fan of sewing. Glue some doesn't really just gel with me, but sometimes you can't help but glue. So what I did was to take my fishing line and my thread, and I'm sewing the edges, making use of the material from the Alice band. Remember I told you Alice band is always covered with some kind of material. So what you do is, when you're taking it from the top part that is visible, take it close to the thread so it's not visible there. But just in case you couldn't do it and it was still visible, just decorate that part. Find a decoration that would flow with the whole thing and cover it up. So keep watching and learning. Okay, so I had this lovely velvet material with it's shiny on it, and so I decided to cut it with my zigzag scissors to the size that would cover the middle. If you don't have that, what you can do is you can use Peter Sham, or you can use bias, depending on the space that you left. Do you understand? That's another thing why you should make sure that the material you're covering the Maco with is large enough to cover it fully, so that you just have the Alice band to cover it. But just in case it doesn't cover it, you make use of your Peter Sham or this material, or a lovely material that doesn't fray unless you're going to bond the edges, or you make use of bias or any other thing you could think of. This is a creative world. So I'm putting my Evostik gum at the back, then I'm going to be using it to cover the Maco, the Alice band, like so, at the back to give it a lovely finish. Once I was done with that, I just cut off the part that was showing out with my zigzag scissors to give it a curve, and really, if you look at it, it looks exquisite. Then remember the gap I said that I discovered in mine? What I did was to cut out the stones from the stone trimming to form like a triangle sort of design, and then I stuck it at that edge there to give it a beautiful, unique look. Okay, so the next thing I did was to form my rows with my crinoline, and I measured out. I would have to get close to look at it. I'm recording the video. I would write it on the title, and I removed the thread that is on the crinoline, and then I started forming the rows. So keep watching and learning how you form your rows. You can form any kind of rows you like. Be creative and make yours unique. And really, I would love to see your design that you make. Please join the Ventcraft Academy so you could share your designs with me. The Ventcraft Academy link will be in the description of this video below, so you click there and you share your design with me. Actually, people that share the designs, they do get something from me. Join us and you would see. This last part is a way to get your the front of the crinoline not to be in a way that you have to put something else. It gives it a lovely look. So first of all, you sew the edge of this and you take it underneath the rose. Once you do that, you don't need to put anything on top. So after I was done, what I did was I sewed this to the almost to the what do you call it, the side at the side of the Maco Fascinator. So keep watching and learning. The next thing I did was to cut out my bird cage veil. Now I'm sure you know how to cut it. If you do not know, do let me know in the comment section below, so I would show you where that is, or I do a video. But I think I've done it somewhere before, so I would search for that. If the video is not available, I would make one for you if you request for it. So after I did, I pleated it and then used my needle and thread to sew it. And then I sewed it inside or at the back, in between the crinoline rose and the Maco Fascinator base. Okay, keep watching and learning. After that, I took this, I think it's called Christmas tree or something like that on the internet, on I think AliExpress, and I cut off the leaves. What happened actually, I looked for silver feathers and I couldn't find the ones that I wanted were not available. So I saw this and I was like, oh, they look like feathers if I shave them out of the stem. And so that's what I did. So I cut them off. I gave them a little spray with my what's that spray that you use to keep your makeup on, because it was too late. Normally I would have dipped it into what do you call it, top bond or stiffener, so that those shining things don't drop off. But since that was a failure, I couldn't wait for drying process and all that, I had to do a quick one with the matte fix it, I think that's what it's called. So after I cut it, I used my uhu gum and then I stuck it to form this cute looking Maco Fascinator. It's not yet done. I took out those stone trimmings also, and then I cut them into shape, diamond shapes, and glued them in various positions on the Maco Fascinator, and then voila, this design popped up. Now this is the second design that I made for the 3-year-old. If you would like to see how I made it, do let me know in the comment section below, and give me a thumbs up if you loved this video and it was valuable to you. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and also the bell so you get notified when I upload new videos of great value to you. And then check out this next video to increase your knowledge and increase your wealth.